Hey guys, just joining the Moonlight Gar here, and the rules as follows. Again, as I promised, I was putting up a bunch of comp videos just to help you out. Again, this one can be slow. I think the third, again, I say this a lot, but third or fourth time I've been in this one. Basically, simple rules is just every Gar is worth 1 point. Rewards are not horrible. You get a nice crankbait there. Spoon, walker even. Again, only the top three get any rewards for anything worthwhile, at least. Any X Series gear. Score points by catching any form of alligator gar during the nighttime. You don't have to keep the fish to score. So, rod net or keep net or stringer doesn't matter. Can't bring rod stand. And the winner is determined again just by the total score. Now, the secondary score, if you catch the biggest one, now you'll see kind of a lot of these guys again had all this figured out. So. Um, Again, I'll probably be in the middle of the pack, just depends. But here we go. Moonlight Gars on Fishing Planet. And this is not the spawn I want to be at. Whoa, almost hit finish. Um, I will try a little bit of a couple lures, and if I feel like I'm not getting anything, then I'll just go to float rod. I think I had the best score with my float rod once. Think I said 7 or 8 or somewhere in there. Um, I've had as low as 3 Gars too in this thing, so it just kind of all depends. Have you noticed these guys are already way up there? So again, your bite rate may fluctuate as well. For any of you guys interested in this, this one's not horrible, but it can get slow. Good rule of thumb, again, always alternate around. I'll try a couple casts with a lure. If I feel like I'm wasting too much time, I usually try large minnows, cut bait, duck mussel, anything like that. Float rod, bottom rod, that all counts. Why my feet are dancing? One thing you'll also find, you can go in a lot of times on the same peaks, practice this stuff, and for what it, wow, my line's only 13. That is not good. There's one. I'm going to have to change my line. I hope this is not a trophy. I could lose this lure right now. If any of you guys watched my recent Quanchkin Lake video on crankbaits and farming, this will be the fourth one if I lost it. I did not check my line before I came in. Actually, I repaired my reel and rod, but forgot to look at my line. Imagine that. And of course, this is a bigger one than I wanted. Now again, some of you guys would probably pick a different rod than this. I cast a decent amount. Like I said, I like to set up for crankbaits, so I went ahead and brought it in anyway. I would assume a lot of people are probably using Tropicanas or something on this just to rip them in like minnows, but nonetheless, I'm not always coming in here to try to win. Again, I'm just giving you guys a kind of tutorial on how these things go, as well as I'm trying to enjoy myself. So I don't mind a little bit of a fight, to be honest with you. Now, a 90 pounder on this is going to be a little much to ask for, so keep that in mind. And you guys trying to use this lure again, this thing's 50 bait coins. And this looks like this might be a trophy. Again, you don't want to fight time this bunch. So, again, you might want to do a different selection. Nonetheless, that's a, wow, 82 pounder. Nice. Okay, well, it did handle that all right. Did I bring any line? Yes, I did. Okay, the odds that I catch another one there, I might be able to. More than likely, if I cast over here and try to get one, I'm probably going to get bass. Again, there's probably a better strategy. I heard some guys are saying use a popper and they're running a Tropicana or something like that. Again, all your personal preference. Again, I'm just kind of showing you guys how these things break down, and again, I'm not trying to break records. Just from fishing here in the past, this left side, it's nice, but you'll pick up a lot of spotted bass over here. And an occasional pickerel, believe it or not. Fabulous. All right. Sometimes it's a good idea to just change your spawn point. Um, I kind of want to throw a lure again, just to see. Again, I've caught as little as 3 and as many as 6 to 8. I can't remember. I want to say I had 8 once, and it's still in place. And these guys, some of these guys will get these. I've seen them high as 16 before on this thing. 16 gar in 30 minutes. Insane, right? Okay, again, guys, this can get fairly slow, but we did at least get one trophy. Okay. Again, bait and hook size is all up to you. Again, just the name of the game is 1 point per gar, and tiebreaker. Now, this is one tiebreaker. That secondary score could probably be something. Oh, hope that bites it. A secondary score could come in handy. Um, if you got a gar that's in the 90s, and you got a tie where, let's say, the top 2 people have 12, this is actually one that the score could come in handy as far as having one big one. So, maybe a good way to do it is start with a lure and try to get a bigger one, or start with a bigger hook size, get one big one, then go for points, or just go for points and then hope a big one comes. So, again, the strategy is going to be all up to you. Again, I'm posting these up to kind of help you out live as well, and just kind of show you that nothing edited about this. This is just me just joining in this thing and seeing what happens. Again, this comp's 30 minutes long. And obviously you want to use titanium leaders as well. I try not to give a spot too long. You can go on a streak and then you can go completely dead. And my line's low on this one too. There's another place. There's actually, I don't know for sure I can pick it up, but we'll try. There's actually Gar on this side, believe it or not. We'll try a popper anyway. I do get bored with the, like I said, I've got anywhere from 6 to 8 just using a float rod. I do tend to get bored in these, so if I can try throwing a lure here and there, I will. Again, my score's probably not going to be all that well, but again, just me posting these up, I think can give you an idea of just kind of how it'll go and maybe what you would try in your own strategy. I think, like I said, the guys that are winning this are probably either getting a really good bite rate off of bait, or they're popping or crankbaiting or something. Like I said, this is I think the 4th time I've been in this, and I've just noticed even if I use a minnow or something, I'll get a little better bite rate, but they're doing something for sure to get up in that 12, and this looks to be like a little slower of a run, but this is only a half-hour thing, 2-hour time frame, so people that are more of the hard hitters or the heavy hitters, so to speak, they could be joining a little later. You'll notice then people will just shoot up the leaderboard, but yeah, I want to say I've seen this go as high as 16 gar caught, which is insane for 30 minutes. Again, in this spot over here, there is catfish as well, so I will try it anyway. Again, bait choice is up to you. Crawdads work, cut baits, duck muscle, large minnow, shiners, meat chunk, liver would probably even work, but again, trying to isolate the catfish. There's actually blue. I've caught trophy blue caddis here, right here in this spot as well. Again, you guys kind of decipher where you want to hop around. But I did get one 82-pounder on a crankbait, which is just fine. Again, these things can get extremely slow. I've caught like I said, as little as 3 in this thing, and as many as 6 to 8. So all depends. And if anything out of this video, I'll just give you a little mark here. Like I said, I used to catch, I can't remember the, yeah, see there's Gar right there. The spot doesn't seem to be active, so rotate back. Oh, no. I almost did it. Done that before. Again, if I wasn't streaming, I'd probably just be lure fishing for this. But just kind of give you guys a little bit of an option. I think if you put together a good strategy, maybe you got a couple good ones with a lure or a couple good ones with bait, it's probably going to be a mix. Some of the top guys that get up there, they're probably doing a mix of, they might even be using a bottom rod. Again, this is Moonlight Gar. It's a 30-minute comp here on Fishing Planet. A lot of these people's got some of this stuff figured out, so again, a lot of these things I don't expect to come in and do really well yet, so I'm about to switch to minnows, though. They don't appear to be wanting the... Trying to just tease the bobber now. Again, these things can get extremely slow. I'm just posting these up on the channel, kind of give you guys a basic idea. The 82-pound gar I caught was actually on a crankbait, but I'm just trying to show you the difference of just hopping around from spot to spot, trying different baits. I will stay with the hook size 4 unless I was going for a big one, but I got a decent sized big one. As you can see, one guy there at the top's got, looks like we got a little action now. The guy at the top's actually got a 97 pounder and he's got 8. This is 1 point per gar. And you'll also find that the gar was interested, however, he hasn't bit it yet, so he did come up. Now he takes it. There we go. Again, any guys popping in and out, I'm putting all these up on YouTube just to kind of show you guys on Fishing Planet the different comps. That way you can make adjustments on your own. I'm not a slayer at this one. Again, the highest I've had 6 to 8 gar. It's 1 point per gar. I have had the best score with a float rod, but I'm still trying to figure it out. Again, my guess is these guys are mixing up poppers and probably float rods. In other words, they catch X amount at one spot. They kind of know how to rotate, and they go from there. And again, as I'm fishing in these things, you guys kind of be keeping your own mental notes of what you would do. Maybe you like hook size 6, maybe you like medium or large cut bait, or huge cut bait, or crawfish, whatever it is that you guys like going for these. And again, I don't know. And see, it doesn't matter if it's a small one. You get a point per gar. So I'll try to rotate some. That way I'm throwing to different marks. If anybody's needing any marks, like I said, I'm not playing to win this actually. I'm still learning it myself, but getting the catfish over there as well. That's a black vampire gar. But there's gar all through here, guys. That's a pretty good hot spot. But again, I've got a trophy gar over there. And that one was actually on Dead Lambari, which I didn't bring with me. Thanks, John. Appreciate it, bro. I'm just going to posting all these up, and people can make their own little adjustments. Kind of the same thing we'd practiced before, man. But I did catch an 82 pounder on a crankbait, which is kind of cool. That video I'd put up on the crankbait. So I did get a 82 pounder on a crankbait. But again, I think this is just going to be you guys trial and error, and like put a lot of these up just to kind of show you. Maybe you like hook 6.0, maybe you like 8.0, maybe you love the crawfish. Who knows? I tried crawfish a little bit to start. I usually like the crawfish, but you guys will find on these comps, you'll come into them and expecting one thing that works when you're just playing in free mode, and even sometimes you'll practice the same peak and you'll do really good, and you get in here and for whatever reason your bite rate's slower than some others. But again, I've seen these scores go as high as 16 range. They might even get any higher now. So it's just one of these things you practice. If it's something that you like doing, then come in and give it a try. I would say I kind of rotate markers around, maybe give it a minute and a half or so, and if you don't get a bite or something, then and then normally if you see one working, you'll usually see their tail flopping out there. But again, that's a personal preference, how long you wait. Do you go ahead and pull it away now and cast another spot? What do you do? Those are always the questions in a lot of these comps. How long do you wait something out? Again, I've caught 2 off of large minnows and 1 off a crankbait, so and also a lot of these guys, I think, again, they might have it figured out to where they can catch 2 in one marker buoy, go to the next marker buoy, catch another one, and those are the routines that you kind of got to figure out for yourself once you guys start entering comps. But I can tell you now, the guy that caught that one at the top, that 97 pounder, that's a big trophy gar. Oh, I've been trying, bro. I was trying all kinds of different things. Oh, Josh, I was gonna tell you, I seen that. I got tired last night go playing that thing. I'm kind of glad I didn't play it with you because you won it, dude. That's the second time you won that. John hates that one too. I can't remember the name of it. Long Asia, where you have to catch a certain kind of size fish. John, Josh, I was gonna play that with him last night. Oh yeah, yeah. That's another thing too to mention, guys. You guys pay attention. Yeah. Well, that's good, Josh. That's what you want to be. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good on this game, that's for sure. But anyway, congrats on another win, man. Good stuff. It definitely had to be more fun than the flounder tournament I talked you into joining. And then I forgot my duck muscle at home. That was fabulous. That was a good time. Somehow I got 46 points with the small minnows there again. Yeah, see, this is another example, guys. This one here, you'd think you'd be getting 7 pounds humpback. Oh, you're welcome, man. Yeah, that was fun. Fun times when you realize that I dumped all that stuff for that bass tournament over the weekend. Get in there and all I had small minnows. Like, killing eyed and all kinds of stuff. Eyed and thiplick mullet and everything but I wanted. Again, you guys would just kind of want to rotate around here. There's not going to be one 3 foot out in front of me. We'll blame that on the lag spikes. Yeah, yeah. I've dumped some unis though, so I can't pick on my boy Josh for dumping a uni in the final tournament on the bass tour. That was me, as you noticed. I had John helping me, telling me what button to push. So, uh, oh well, you know, you do panic. What was funny though is Josh had been saying, "Oh, I've been sorting bags for years on here." It's different when you're on those situations. But I bet it's something he takes a little more time with if he makes it to them finals again next year, and I hope he does. But yeah, this again, guys, these things can be extremely slow. Like I'm sure you're yelling at me, switch baits, road, do this, do that. That's why I'm putting them up there. So when you're in this situation, you kind of know what to do. Um, See, the biggest part of me is I just want to throw my lure, bro. That's all I want to do. I caught an 82 pounder on this lure right here with a 46 pound setup. So I'll try again and see. I hope so, guys. That'd be fun if we could do it again. And the catfish tournament will be fun again. I don't know all the other ones that are coming up. I know there's that char one. Oh yeah, I did a second ago. Hold on, I will. Yeah, me and John tried that, doing the auto popping thing. Um, but the same thing, it's just like they miss it. John was getting so mad he had so many missing because we tried coming with a popper before, and I think we rotated. Yeah, it does. That's why I was showing you on that one power type. See, but look at this. See, I like my crankbait too, though. It does just all right. Uh, this is a hell of a fight, though. It can't be like that 82 pounder I just fought at the first. I caught a fish earlier and probably took me 4 minutes to reel it in. So now for farming and having fun, this is a great setup. If you're wanting to crankbait with something else, obviously you would want a one that can just rip these thing in. Right on, Josh. Appreciate that, bro. There's another trophy off the old trusty here. Now see again, you guys cast this crankbait. Oh, hold on, let me try a popper. Same kind of a thing though. If you go to this side, you're gonna end up with bass more times than not. I'll try this and I'll go back over the other spot. missed the auto pop. John's yelling at me, reel it in, there's not going to be a gar in front of you. Okay, and then if I don't hit finish on accident. Where is that? Normally what happens for me on the poppers, they almost always miss it. Even if I can get one to hit, or I'm just sit and catch, that should have stuck that time. Again, for any guys tuning in, the poppers do work. I know a lot of people are saying, use the popper, use the popper. I think some of these guys that are winning this probably have that auto pop trick down to fine art, or they're just, my guess is I think they're doing a little both. See, and that's normally what'll happen to me over here is I just sit here and catch bass or pickerel. The mark to the far left near that tree is actually a pickerel mark. Again, for me, this next one, I can just tell you the adjustment I'm going to make. I'm probably just going to do my crankbait. Again, you guys good with about auto popping. Be something you guys can try. But for me, next time, I'm probably just going to do off stream, of course. I just put this up because I want to make sure there's at least one of these. One from every competition on Fishing Planet I'm going to try to put up here. And if you're really good, you get snagged in the moss back there. But I actually, next time I do this when I'm not streaming, I'm probably just going to run a crankbait and then just alternate between that and the float. But again, you can see how these guys' scores for 30 minutes, and this is a low score. Like I said, I've seen these guys up in the 15, 16, 17 range, which is they've been playing this for a while. Cole Crotter, he plays in a lot of stuff, so I would expect, and don't be shocked if somebody comes in behind him and puts up that 15, 16 mark. And that's probably a catfish. If it's a gar, I'll take it, but it's probably a blue cat. A nice blue cat. Yes, it is. Old Faithful. Nonetheless, it is a fish. It doesn't count for anything, but I will get paid at the end of this thing for that. Now if I hook a nice one here, the odds that I get it reeled in. I think John you would have got close to winning this or placing in it, wouldn't you, John, if you would have got that last one in. I remember you showed me a screenshot. We do got a gar on, and I'll probably never get it in time. Yeah, again, next one I'll be probably just throwing this thing the whole time. Maybe a bobber here and there, but again, guys, I've had as low as 3 in this and high as, I want to say 7 or 8 the first time I did it, so. But, nonetheless, the odds I get another one there, so I probably just cast over here. Gonna have a minute left, so. Again, any of you guys watching, you could actually do, if you like stop and go, you can do the same thing. You're just, the object is to let that thing float up. That way you can cover more of the water column. In other words, you can get them if you're just sitting here reeling, but reel, let it float up a little bit. Reel, let it float up. And then you can work the midsection if you wanted to as well. But I prefer to have my rod up. This is how I fish for them in real life, to be honest. Not for gar, but bass. Alright guys, we're going to take a look at the keep net on the way out. And again, this is finishing up Moonlight Gar here on Fishing Planet, one of the comps. Again, hopefully some of this helps you guys. Again, I wasn't looking to come in here and thrash this. But we did get five gar. And I want to say 3 were on a crankbait and 2 were on a float rod, both with minnows. I did set my leader 27 inches deep. I don't know if that helps anybody. Again, you guys make your own decisions on how you'd want to fish it. Maybe you guys love crawfish, huge cut bait, large cut bait, meat chunk works, kind of whatever bait that you would hope that would work. But anyway, again, that concludes Moonlight Gar, and I hope you guys enjoyed. I doubt I'll play in that one. I've never played in the Dream Bream Hunt, believe it or not, but I do know how to catch bream. So I may put this one up tonight just to check it off my list. So this is 30 minutes. That's not much time after you spot. Good grief. I guess you spot this fish out in one spot. I'll be thinking what I can do there. So hope you got. Yeah, I hope so, man. Hope so. You take care, Josh and John. Thank you guys for stopping by the stream. And again, everybody that turns into this, you guys got a lot of adjustments you could do. I'm sure do better. And hey, if you find out something that would help any of the guys out watching these videos, I'm sure that if you guys can leave the comments below to help some of these guys out. That does help when you guys can help share a little bit of knowledge. Again, you don't have to give up your top secret stuff, but if you can improve somebody's experience on the game, I think you're a better person for it. So anyway, you guys take care and hope you enjoyed.